Talk about NATO and the EU, the European Union, the beast being the so-called white man, his system, the revitalized Roman Empire. Well, this is why Mashiach Yahushua spoke about Satan being divided against itself. Why? Because ultimately, the latter part of this man's kingdom is what's described in the book of Daniel, which is that the defeat with miry clay and iron mixed with iron. So the Lord God has His purpose upon American Babylon the Great. It says, Revelation 17 and 14, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is the Lord of lords, Kings of kings. They that are with him were called and chosen and faithful. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples, multitudes, and nations, and tongues. And the 10 hordes which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hit the whore, and make her desolate and naked, shall eat her flesh, burn her with fire. Which is why you have nations like Russia, China, Iran being raised up, beating the drums of war. Why? Because they're going to come up against America Babylon the Great, shoot ICBM missiles at it, and utterly destroy it. Thus said the Holy Bible, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. This is the book, Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 35. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith the Lord, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses, upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her. They shall become as women. A sword is upon their treasures, and they shall be robbed. A drought is upon their waters, and they shall be dried up. For it is the land of graven images. They are mad upon their idols. The scriptures speak about they're going to seek to those that have familiar spirits, to diviners, but those counsels will be brought to nothing. Why? Because the Lord God is hastening the day for his elect's sake, which is why Elder Apostle Dahar, for this year, the year of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, turning up. Why? Because he's turning up the prophecies of the Holy Bible, making the prophecies manifest in these latter days and speeding them up. And they're coming to pass right before your very eyes. Dissension, division, and ultimately the day of the Lord's wrath, which is America Babylon the Great being utterly consumed. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 39. Therefore the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the islands shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever. Neither shall it be dwelt from generation to generation. As God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. This is the book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives. They were given in marriage to the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. So people are settled in their leaves. They think this place will last forever. The Lord God is going to shorten the days for his servant's sake. And on the same day that Lot went out of Sodom and Egypt, the same day it was overthrown with fire and brimstone. This is what you call a similitude to the elect being delivered out of America, Babylon the Great. And that same hour, Lord God bringing fire and brimstone upon this place. Luke 17 and 30. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Meaning, America, Babylon the Great has never had an actual destruction or an actual conflict right here on its soil. But that will happen in the day of the Lord's wrath, which is in the form of ICBM missiles coming upon America, Babylon the Great. Isaiah 47 and 2. Take the millstones, and grind meal, and cover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So as the remnant are waking up, exposing the so-called white man and his lies that he has perpetrated upon our people. So it says, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. It's talking about what you call Jesus Christ, Mashiach Yahushai, when he returns as an angelic power to deliver the remnant of his people and render recompense upon the other nations that have forwarded the affliction on the Israelites and the so-called white man in the day of the Lord's indignation, which will come in the form of ICBM missiles and the chariots of the Most High God, the so-called UFOs that you read about in the Holy Bible. Isaiah chapter 47 and 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance, given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very, very heavily laid the yoke. And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given a pleasure that dwellest carelessly, that say in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come unto thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, that shall come upon thee in their perfection, the multitude of thy sorceries, for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Isaiah 47:10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. Thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Psalms 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.